I'm Lucy, and welcome to Everyday En-Lucy-ment. So we're running a 21-day series on connection, and we're back with day 16. Day 16 is about this topic. Are you living in the past, the present, or the future? It may seem like a silly question, but many of us spend our days either, being depressed or feeling guilty or ashamed about what may have happened in the past, or worrying about the future, feeling anxiety, fear about what hasn't yet happened, but what you fear may happen. And so by doing that, we mess up the current moment. And actually what recent research has pointed out, and what many of the wisdom traditions already knew, is that actually the key to happiness and to bliss is actually living in the present moment. So by focusing too much on the past and the future, we actually kind of hijack the present and thereby even impact the future. So today we're going to talk about this present moment awareness, and that brings us to the concept of mindfulness. Mindfulness was first used by a scholar called Davids, in the beginning of the 20th century, in a translation of Buddhist suttas called sati. So the concept of mindfulness in Buddhism is called sati. In Sanskrit, it's called smriti, and it's what it is. Well, I'll read you the definition first, and then I'll give my own explanation. So, if you look it up in the Oxford Dictionary, this is what you'll find. So, mindfulness, quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. And the second one is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. So this mindfulness has another definition that's used more in academic circles in psychology. And I found this definition on Psychology Today, called mindfulness is the self-regulation of attention with an attitude of curiosity, openness, and acceptance. So basically these are different techniques to live the present moment, to be aware of bodily sensations. Sometimes they use visualizations. So you sit still, you become aware of your breathing. Often there's one focuses on the in and out movement through the nostrils of the breath. One can focus on the movement of the abdomen as we breathe, and by focusing on the breath, we somehow either keep our mind from wandering, and if it does wander, we can refocus it back on the breath. That's one technique. There are other ways, for example, to observe the heartbeat, or to do a body scan, as they say, whereby your attention will go through the different parts of your body to feel what's going on in all these parts of the body. There are other techniques. For example, it's also about, you can eat mindfully by really focusing on the taste and the sensation of the movement of chewing. And so there are different techniques to become aware of this, of what is going on in the present moment. And now this is not just, for fun or this is actually used as a way to tackle stress. Stress is one of the biggest issues working people deal with, and causes a lot of health-related issues, a lot of long-term illnesses. And so if you look up any mindfulness quotes, you will often find the name of Jon Kabat-Zinn. So I need to look at my notes again. So he founded the Center for Mindfulness at the University of Massachusetts Medical School and the Oasis Institute for Mindfulness-Based Professional Education and Training. And so the reason I'm mentioning this is he has a very, he came up with a program called mindfulness-based stress reduction. And that's a very famous program that is being used, massively in the U.S. and in Western countries, and it really uses these techniques of mindfulness. So what do we take away from this? So we tend to over-worry, and we tend to be so wrapped up in the past and the present that we don't think of the present moment, and actually that causes a lot of stress and a lot of unease, which becomes disease. So funnily enough, I myself tend to take a decision and then just tackle the fear part when it arrives. I never really had any training on this. I know friends who can be really worried when they know they will be moving in 6 months or 1 year from now, and already start like going through the anxiety and the fear of the move 1 year before it happens. And recently a LinkedIn connection made a post, and she said, do you know if you'll be alive in 60 minutes from now? And actually we don't. None of us knows if we will be alive 60 minutes from now. And we don't worry about this. We live our lives. We're sure, actually, that we will, more or less sure that we will be around in 60 minutes from now. We don't worry about it. But we do worry about what is happening 1 year from now or 2-3 months from now. And so I like that post, and it's kind of an eye-opener, because life is we're always dealing with uncertainty, but we still need to be present in the moment and not let these fears and anxieties of the future, or even things we're still dealing with from the past, take over that present moment. So my takeaway to you, or my kind of exercise for you, because we usually end with something to do, because I'm kind of hands-on, so you'll have to do things. So, or in this case, not do anything, which is a nice exercise, isn't it? So go out and sit in nature for 2 or 3 minutes and just observe the sounds, the smells, the feeling of whatever you're sitting on, and how your body touches, for example, the bench or the steps that you're sitting on, and just be present in that moment for 2 or 3 minutes. And then, after that, check how you feel. Have you calmed down? How's your breathing? How are your thoughts? So that's just one quick kind of mindfulness exercise. So I mentioned Jon Kabat-Zinn, and there's a good quote from him, very mindful quote, so I want to share it with you. The little things, the little moments, they are not little. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.